Yellow class, a final review for tests. All right, so there we go. For these, you have choices. You have 3 S's. You got 2, you got 1, you got 1, you got this HL thing. So write that down if it's not already written down on yours. In between, you have an A, double A. Now the key on this is going to be, so at least you're going to have a chance of guessing the right answer. Labeling whatever information you have on here is going to get you part of the answer. So let's say you got the bow tie. Step 1 on a bow tie is this. On the bow tie, for sure, the middle angle always matches. The good news on that is the minute you have an angle, which I'm going to label, I know it's not the top guy. The minute you get an angle, if you're guessing at it, you're that way. Here on this one, because I have these two guys, that tells me that I'm able to put the zigzag. And the minute you can put the zigzag, that means the 2 corners of the Z are also together. So with a bow tie, you kind of get 2 freebies. If they have the little red thing that says that they're parallel, you automatically get those 2. And when you get those 2, you're able to say, okay, now I have another angle. Now there's good news and bad news here. The good news is, the minute I get 2 A's, I'm down to 2 guys. So really, you're just trying to eliminate. You may not know what the answer is going to be, but you're down now to these 2 guys. The hint on this one is, the minute you have 2 A's, you need to draw an arrow from one A to the next A, and usually you wrap around the corner. In this case, if the 2 A's are next door to each other, you have 2 A's that are next door to each other. So when you get your test back, here's the big deal. Mark whatever you can, and then put in the letters that go with this. It's going to automatically eliminate stuff. For example, now that you need on this one, these 2 guys are stuck together, which means those sides are the same. But again, yeah, this one's too obvious. You put the S's, and you don't have to do anything. This is day 2, if you had day 2. On this one, write down the phrase sequence of transformation. Where can I write that? Sequence sequence of transformation. This is the phrase that they're going to use. When you see this phrase, it's an easy problem if you know what you're looking for. All right, let's see if I can do one. They want me to give the sequence of transformations to turn, doesn't quite fit. I'll make it fit. C to A. Hey, what do I need to do to make C? Yeah. That's it. Some people didn't answer it though, but here's what it is. David just said translate and dilate. In other words, I think this thing might give me the power to do it. Yeah. Translate doesn't mean slide it over. For this, just for the to use this phrase, so I'm using a problem that isn't what it's saying, but just to make it work. Once we make one of the corners match by translating this means slide.
That's the wrong time.
It is. Though for the purpose of this particular question, I'm going to use these because I couldn't find the other ones that you do it on. But I'll see if I can. But the point is, if it's outside of it, slide it, translate, and then blow it up to fit and dilate. So the answer to this one, if you were doing it, was translate and dilate.
That's what we do on page 2.
Yeah, there's a question that says, what is the sequence of transformation? They have 2 triangles there flipped around. Here's one more. Let me do one more of those. How about F and G? To do F and G, this one I would just flip it. And once, oh no, I can't do it. But once I flip it and I'll make red like the triangle that I just flipped. Once it's on there, then you dilate. So either you're going to reflect and dilate, you're going to translate and dilate, and that's it. Any questions on sequence of transformation? That's the word you're going to hear.
So sequence, does it mean two?
Yeah, unless they're already inside of each other, then it just be dilate. But if it's outside, you gotta slide it over and either blow it up or shrink it, which is dilate.
But it was like the same size.
And then just translate slide. All right. Let me see if there's one more of this type. Only 4 pieces I'm doing, and then that's it. These pieces only because I looked at the test. Oh, how can I just translate and dilate or rotate if you need to twist it around? All right. Let's see what we got here. Triangles. We got the sequence. Let's find that one. 2 more, and then we're going to give you your test. Let's see. Down here, 2 more, and give them their test. Oh, like I was saying earlier, here's another bow tie real fast. Hey, look at this if you want to ask something.
There's like a problem.
Pieces, I'm going to solve both of these, see if there's any question, and then from there.
So you will do the one with the numbers? I gave you the number.
Right. So in these problems, they have to give one side that has a number, and then one side that's missing it. There's going to be one problem though where the actual there'll be an X there, and I need to show at least one of those to make sure you get one of those. All right. And I'll do one more where it's missing. We'll try and find one, or I'll make one up. All right, cosine 45. The A is a 5, and then the X, we don't know. This guy over here, sine 60. The H they give to us, that's a 9. And the O, we don't know. All right. All right, comes the last piece. To solve for this, if the X is on the bottom, you're gonna, they're just going to trade places. So the X is going to go there. In a second, I'm going to have everybody punch in 5 divided by cosine 45. Over here, if the number's on the bottom, you just shoot it up on the other side. We wind up with a 9. And this side over here on 5 divided by cosine. All right, 7.0, someone check and see if you got.
Hold on. So 5 divided by cosine and then put 45. Yeah, so 7.
What if they put, instead of a 45, they put that theta thing? This means the angle is missing. In order to have that, you need another number here. I'm going to make up one. I'll make it 15. And once you have those two, it starts off exactly the same way. It's a Greek letter, theta. It just means, hey, what's the angle there? Like, what's the triangle who has these two numbers on the side? What angle would be there? In order to do that one, it's a little tricky. Same thing.
So we're just looking for the
So you're going to start by circling. Wherever you circle, of course, this is a O. This guy's an A. H. Because you have that, it's going to start exactly the same way. How it's going to end is what you're going to punch into your calculator. That's going to make it different. So the TOA, the only one that has an O and an A is the TOA. So you write tan of theta, or the letter X, or whatever they put in that corner, equals the O, which is a 15. 15 over the 8. So that's how it begins. Once you have that there, this is the trick. In order to find out what a theta is, or after this tan, you have to do the opposite. And the opposite of a tan is
So
What-
you go second.
Yeah, what's called arctan, You gotta put on both sides. This is called arctangent or tangent inverse. And on this side, these two, they're gonna cancel out, leaving just a theta. And in your calculator, you type in second function, then 15 divided by 8, and should give something.
So you-
Yes, okay.
Yeah. So punch in